Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I'm going to look at the second week of May, and what we're looking at is May 8th through the 14th. And I want to remind everyone, I am a sidereal Vedic astrologer, so these are the true placements of where the planets are in the constellations and signs. So another thing is I am talking about Central Daylight Time here in Dallas, Texas, so please make your adjustments to wherever you are around the world. And I just love to know where everyone is around the world, so in the comments, please let me know your location. I love looking at that. Now, another thing is I am looking at where the moon is. We don't have the luxury of looking at an ascendant or a time because we're constantly changing the time for each day. But what I do want you to know, we can look at everything funneled through where the moon is every day, because the moon is the masses, the moon is the public, the moon is the emotions. So of course we're going to get a sense and a feel of what is going on in our world every day, each day, as the moon transits through all the signs, looking at the different phases of the moon, the signs it's in, and relative to where all the planets are to the moon, it really does give us a feel of what's happening in the world. Now, of course, since I'm talking about this as the general whole of what's going on for everyone, the feel, the sense, you will probably want to take this in for how it's affecting you personally. And if you want that, which I don't know why you wouldn't live by the stars, you can go to my Galactic Planner. It's very affordable. And with the Galactic Planner, it will put your personal birth chart in, calculate it, and all of this that I'm talking about will be printed out to you or put in your calendar, in your phone or computer, so you will know what aspects are happening to you personally and you can better plan every day. So go to galacticplanner.com. Now let's get going and let's talk about May 8th, which is a Thursday. And on this day, we have the moon here in Virgo. And it sits in the nakshatra called Hasta. Hasta is a nakshatra that deals specifically with the hand. It takes grasp of things, holds on to things, and this is a day of great ideas. Hasta is actually a nakshatra that deals with great intelligence, but the moon has crossed over K2. It's still very close to K2, and K2 is deep, dark stuff. It's actually things beyond this world. So it's like this day, you're not going to feel completely, totally connected to the world, if I could say, kind of out there in a way. People are not connected. And with it being in Virgo, I do want you to know Virgo still is a sign that deals so much with detail, criticism, analysis. So this is a day of deep analysis, but people will come off being much more critical than normal. And watch yourself so that you're not more critical of other people. Nobody likes to be told what to do. Let me just say that. So be careful before you tell people what you think. And especially if it's scrutinizing and criticizing. Otherwise, it's going to come back right at you. Now, with the moon being here in Virgo, all the planets that are in Pisces are opposing the moon. This is Rahu, Saturn, Neptune, Venus. And this deals with relationships. So relationships, you must be realistic and talk things out. Get real. We have Saturn there with Neptune, but Venus can make it a little bit unrealistic, makes it feel very romantic, but still, you gotta be real and serious. We do have Saturn, Rahu, and Neptune, 7th from the moon. So maybe these deep conversations about where your relationship is headed with your partner, I would save it for another day because today is too darn intense for that. Just, you know, kind of lay low, let things pass. Otherwise, you're going to be up against all of this criticism with the moon in Virgo. Now, Mars is in the 11th house. Be careful that your friends may be on attack with you. They may not be as friendly or nice and loving as you thought they were. So just, you know, lay low with people. This is not a day for conversing with others. Plus, the Sun and Mercury are in the 8th house from the moon today. And this isn't easy either. So it's a day for pull back on your own, introspection, work hard. Jupiter's in the 10th house. So your work is becoming more meaningful, more purposeful. Throw your energy into the workplace, not into relationships or friendships. This is just make it about your work. Now I am looking at Friday. I'm looking at May 9th. And on May 9th, we still have the moon in Virgo all day, but it's going to move into the nakshatra called Chitra. And Chitra is the bright and shining star. It's a lovely nakshatra. It's full of energy and life and color. So it's much better than Hasta in a sense, but it's still kind of, all these planets are still opposing the moon. This isn't that great for partnerships and developments with it, and even business partnerships. But one thing I will say about this is that the Sun being exalted, it's in the 8th. This does deal with deep, deep introspection. It's a day of analyzing. Because with the moon still in Virgo, you're analyzing. Make it about you so you can get into self-improvement. That's what Virgo is all about, self-improvement. So we still have the moon oppose these planets in Pisces, but it's going to be leaving Virgo. So I look forward to that because, well, for one thing, the moon is very bright though. You know, for the past 2 weeks, it is a time of building new things and moving forward, because that's always the best time when the moon is waxing. In other words, before it becomes full. And with the moon, it's going to be full in a few days. So prepare yourself for that. Okay. So let's move on to Saturday, May 10th. And the moon has just transited into Libra. And it's still for a part of the day, half of the day, in the nakshatra Chitra. I believe in the second part of the day, it will be, by the evening. And I'm looking at around 5:30 Central Daylight Time that the moon will be in Libra all day, but it will move into the nakshatra Swati. And Swati is a good nakshatra for communication skills, but people are like very convincing, very controlling with their communications. But you can use this power for yourself. If you want to convince somebody of something, Swati will give you the ability to be more convincing. Now, the moon is almost full. In the next few days, it will be full. It's by sign, it is opposed the sun right now. So this is a bright moon. It's a good day to get things done. And even with Venus, Neptune, Saturn, Rahu, in Pisces, they go to the 6th house from the moon. And this is actually good for getting work done around the office and working. You may not be working as well with others, but it is a good time to get your work done and work on your health and maybe exercise, do all the changes in your life patterns to change yourself on this day. It's a day for strength to overcome obstacles. Now, Jupiter is in the 8th house from the moon, and actually that's a good day for money. Jupiter will bring money while it's in the 8th house. It is at 29 degrees. This is huge. Jupiter's about to change signs. We're all going to feel this. This is coming by the end of this week that I'm talking about. But Jupiter at 29 degrees, it's right before a big shift. So get ready. Then we're going to be even talking about the full moon coming up on the 12th. So this is a huge big deal that things are about to shift and change. Now Mars is in the 10th house from the moon, and actually that's good for the workplace, getting things done again. So I suggest spending the day, even though it's Saturday, working on maybe things around the house, around the work, around your workplace, but get some things done. There will be more alignment energetically for things of this nature. Plus, we're getting ready for the full moon. Things are increasing in light. It's a time to push forward and do new things. Now I'm looking at Sunday, May 11th, and I'm looking at the moon is in Libra all day, and all day, basically most of the day, it's going to be in the nakshatra Swati. Swati is that nakshatra. Its symbol is a blade of grass blowing in the wind, and what that deals with is adaptability. Go with the flow. That's what this is about, especially when you're talking with people. Go with the flow. Don't try to control the conversation. Listen to people and where it's going. That way you will have more control. Now, this is May 11th, May 12th is the full moon. So I'm looking at the full moon actually occurs on May 12th, but it will probably be like very early in the morning. We'll look at that on the 12th, but it's almost full today. So this is a day of brightness, awareness. When the moon is full, it brings light to the darkness of the sky. Therefore, we have great awareness of what's going on around us. Use this energy fully. And Swati, it is a nakshatra ruled by Rahu, so it is very strong. And Rahu and Saturn are in Pisces and Neptune, Venus. So this is also a time, like I said, the day before and this day, to work on ourselves, to change habits, to get healthier, to apply ourselves more in the workplace, because Mars is actually in Cancer in the 10th house from the moon. So it's a time for reflection and moving forward. The moon is almost full. Let's go to May 12th. So May 12th, yes, so early in the day, Central Standard Time, let me go to where the moon is. Yes, it would be, actually, it is around 11, I'm going to say, no, it's around 12 noon that we have a full moon, Central Daylight Time. Okay, this is in Dallas, Texas. This beautiful full moon. The moon is in Libra. The sun, of course, is in Aries. Remember, I do sidereal Vedic astrology. Don't get confused, but it's actually the real placement, so pay attention. This is for real. This full moon is in the nakshatra Vishaka. And Vishaka symbol is a triumphal archway. This is such a determined nakshatra, and it's actually ruled by Jupiter. So things can get accomplished today with this nakshatra in this full moon, especially a moon in Libra. Don't forget, Libra is about justice and fairness and peace, and things can be worked out today. And it is a good day for rebuilding, changing habits with Saturn Rahu in the 6th. But Jupiter in the 8th, it's a day for financial gains and money, and getting things done around the workplace, all right, because Mars is still in the 10th house from the moon. So now I'm looking Now I was looking at, yes, that was the 12th. So now I want to look at the 13th. So I'm looking at May 13th. It's a Tuesday. And the moon has just entered into Scorpio. It will be in Scorpio most all of this day. And the moon is debilitated in Scorpio. But there's a catch here. While the moon is in Scorpio and Mars is in Cancer, they actually exchange signs. And this is a good thing. This kind of cancels out the problems that the moon has being in Scorpio. So the moon is actually in the nakshatra Anuradha. Anuradha actually is a nakshatra of friendship, coming together with people in a friendly, cohesive manner where you can make things work in relationships. And Jupiter's in the 7th house from the moon, but it is about to change signs. It is at the last degrees and the last minutes of Taurus. So this is the last hurrah of Jupiter being in Taurus, the last day for another 12 years. So take advantage of this finishing up, this completion of Jupiter in Taurus. So this will involve issues around relationships. If something needs to be discussed within your relationships, this is a great day to do so. Get it done. Work on yourself. Work on your relationships. Come together with people. This is a last opportunity, I'm telling you. And from the moon in Scorpio, we have all the Pisces planets, Rahu, Saturn, Neptune, and Venus in the 5th house. This opens your mind to be more creative. Absolutely more creative. Venus in Pisces, Venus is exalted in Pisces. And hey, this is the last day that we get to tune in to Venus and Jupiter doing an exchange of signs, parivartana. So there's actually 2 parivartanas going on today. And the Venus-Jupiter have been in parivartana ever since Venus has been in Pisces. And that's been practically since, gosh, I think the last day of January or February, because Venus has been going back and forth retrograde in Pisces, remaining there for quite some time. Now, this is the last day, so it is a good day for relationships and love, finishing up projects, coming together, opening your heart. The 5th house is the heart energy. If you have children, this is a day that you must pay more attention to them. Give them more of your valuable time to them. Value it. Now, yes, and actually, there's a grand trine going on with the moon, Mars, and the Pisces planets, where Venus is particularly. This is a positive day. And it's so unusual that I'd say that with the moon being debilitated. But it's still a pretty bright moon, even though now it's on its waxing phase. It's waning phase, excuse me. It finished its waxing phase once it hit the full moon. So now it is decreasing in light, so it's waning, but still, this is a good day to use for opportunities for things, because we've got this grand trine, plus the fact that Mars is in Cancer, ruled by the moon, and the moon is in Scorpio, ruled by Mars. This is a day of good events and good occurrences. Use this day to get anything done, especially healing and working on your relationships. Okay, so this is the last day I'm going to talk about this week. This is May 14th. And this is the day Jupiter enters into Gemini, the first day. This is spectacular. I think Jupiter and Gemini is going to bring us together. Not right away, but eventually. It's here for almost a year. So Jupiter and Gemini, it's about communication skills. It's about relating to people, understanding, getting together. And the moon on this day, it is in Scorpio still, but it's now in the nakshatra called Jyesta. And Jyesta is a very powerful nakshatra. Don't kid yourself. This nakshatra is a doozy. It deals a lot with jealousy, I'll give it that, so be careful. And generally, 9 times out of 10, it's when people are jealous of you, so you must be cautious. But it does deal with power and the fact that Mars and Moon are still in their parivartana. This deals with power, so anything that you've been working on that you want to manifest, go forward with it, because this day you have more grind and power and push and pull to accomplish your goals. I love this. Now, what's kind of interesting is the sun is about to change signs. It's 29 degrees of Aries. There's going to be a big shift again. Now, as a matter of fact, sometime within this day, it does. Yes, halfway through the day, the sun is 0 degrees of Taurus. And once again, we've got all these 0 degrees. The sun is coming together with Uranus, so things are starting to get a little hyped up. You will feel so different this day because of the Jupiter changing signs. I'm telling you, something big is about to transpire and happen globally. You know, I've been thinking it has a lot to do with these tariffs. People are freaking out over the tariffs. Although, the fact that Jupiter is in the sign of Gemini, which deals with trade and commerce, and essentially it is in the sign of tariffs, sales, trade, things are going to work out. Everyone's freaking out. Nobody knows what I know looking at the astrology. So calm down. They're gonna blow up before they calm down. But it's going to get better. And I see this all transpiring all the way till the month August. Things will get better. But this is where we have to go through the tunnel to get there. So get ready. The tides are changing today, as we're looking at Jupiter being in Gemini. And it does go to the 8th house from where the moon is. So this is deep, dark introspection and realizations that are coming about. And these planets in Pisces are in the 5th house. The 5th house is the house of new ideas and creativity. Use this day for everything it's worth. And Mars is in a trinal aspect to the moon, which this grand trine will open us more to our creative power. This is a day of power. So that wraps up the second week of May. And I want you to know that if you're not getting my free newsletter, you're missing out. Everything I'm talking about is printed out and sent to you. Don't you want a written transcript of all of this? And it's absolutely free. So sign up for my free newsletter. Go to galacticcenter.org. While you're there, check out all the other things I have going, such as my Patreon. That is a spiritual community. We connect live every week. And don't forget, if you've ever wanted to learn Vedic astrology, I have the most thorough, complete school and community of astrologers. Go to universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.